Hi everyone, this is Valerie with Ector Lifestyles. Today I specifically want to talk about the connection between the bottom line results, if you're the employer, and the mental health of your employees. If you don't think that safety, mental health, and your bottom line are connected, you're wrong. There's a connection, there's a direct link. For instance, let's look at the safety aspect of mental wellness. Which is a tough conversation for people to have, because I think in my mind, there's always a negative connotation when you talk about a mental illness, no matter how simple it may be in regard to just a little bit, a bout of stress or something to that effect. But I want to give you an example of how everything is connected. Let's say you are in the construction industry. You have a flagger on the job site. Maybe it's a state project, they're working out on an interstate job. Lots of traffic, usually higher speed of traffic going by, probably 65 or 55 miles per hour in the construction zone. But your employee, that's the flagger, maybe been with you 20 years, who knows, a veteran employee, they're going through a divorce. And it's a tough one for them. It more or less shakes up their entire life. But being human beings, we often don't want to talk to others about it. We suffer in silence, yet things are still turning in our brain. So here's where the safety aspect of things comes into mental wellness. Your employee is out on the job flagging, except they're having a very tough day. They maybe had an argument the night before with their spouse that they're going through the divorce with. They potentially just got served papers for a divorce. You don't know because they most likely aren't going to tell you. That's just something that often doesn't come up during day-to-day business dealings. And so you're not going to be aware of this. But yet in their mind, they're struggling. They are maybe an emotional wreck. And it wears on you. Let's say this happens for a week at a time, and then maybe it moves into the next month. They're continually getting mentally drained from this one issue, let alone all maybe the financial repercussions or the fact that they're gonna lose their kids, something to that effect, all revolving around a divorce. It starts to wear on them emotionally and then physically. So what happens when physically that emotion starts to occur? They lose sleep, which means they're tired. They probably don't eat the best because their emotions, again, are what is really taking hold of when they want to eat and how they're going to eat and what they're craving. So you have a person who is probably tired, stressed out to the max, depressed, anxious, maybe just really doesn't have any sort of zest for life at the moment. And that's when accidents occur. There's so much in their head that they're maybe not focused 100% on their job. And if you're on a construction zone, flagging in particular, you have cars speeding by you, that's when you need to be on the top of your game, but that's also when the mistakes are gonna happen. I've seen it. I've been in the construction industry 12 years. I've heard about it, I should say, not seen it, but I've heard about it. Employees get killed all the time. Employees have accidents all the time. But what you can do as an employer is make sure that your employees are getting the help they need. What help is that? Well, they need to be talking to a coach like myself who deals specifically with stress and anxiety. I've been there. I've been through the stress and anxiety in a professional setting, specifically in the construction industry. I know how it feels, and I can be sympathetic to what your employees are going through. Remember, they most likely aren't going to tell you about it. You'll hear about it afterward, months afterwards. But I guess what I want to talk about today is just the fact you're not going to know what's going through your employees' minds. A lot of times, people shut off when it comes to the professional setting, and they keep it strictly professional, even though they're not 100% present. They have so much going on in their everyday life that you don't know what's stressing them out, what's causing them anxiety, what's causing them depression. That's why you need a consultant to come in, work with your team, work with all your employees, and figure out what those stresses and concerns are. That will in turn help your employees be more productive at work. If they know ways to positively deal and make lifestyle changes for these stressors, that's only going to make them a better person, which in turn makes them more productive, happier, better coworkers while at work. Which, if you want to go even further, leads to better customer service, leads to a better end product if you're in a product-driven type of business, leads to better service if you're in a service-based industry, which is so vitally important now. The world's saturated, most likely with 100 other people that do exactly what your business does. You need to stick out, and your employees need to stick out. They need to be at the top of their game. Let me help you get them there. This is Valerie Ector with Ector Lifestyles, holistic health coaching specifically for stress anxiety for your employees' needs. Thank you.